Hey there, legendary souls, and welcome to Unconventional Counseling. I'm Ada Ad Astra, and today we're going to see what Spirit has to say to you. I pulled 2 affirmation cards just to see what the energies are that we'll be talking through. And the first is be vulnerable. Vulnerability is strength. Lay your cards out on the table. Reveal the true you. Keep your mind and heart open. There is no need to protect yourself. And trust the wait. Just when the caterpillar thought their life was over, they began to fly. Embrace the uncertainty. When nothing is certain, anything is possible. You are transforming. So I love butterflies. I actually kind of love all insects. I have since I was a kid. They're just creepy and crawly and cool, and they come in the coolest colors, and they can fly, or they can walk, or they jump. They just have always fascinated me. Butterflies are like an acceptable insect to like a lot of people like butterflies. And I've always found them so fascinating because of their process, which we all know about. But a couple of months ago, I started to feel like I was in the process similar to a butterfly. And so I did some more research on what that process is like. Maybe this is how you're feeling. So I'll tell you about the process, and maybe you'll feel some resonance with it, and we'll just kind of keep seeing how this reading goes. So, the caterpillar starts off in an egg, right? And hatches when the time is right. And it's just like this little caterpillar. And the whole process, the whole purpose for the caterpillar is to eat. Like, that's all they're supposed to do. They're supposed to go from leaf to leaf to leaf to eat and eat and eat. The Hungry Caterpillar is a kid's book based on this. Yes, just eat, just indulge, just all the good foods, right? That is a caterpillar's purpose, to survive and to eat. And to get big, like, that's just, their body is supposed to grow as much as it can in the amount of time that they have. All they feel is this urge within them to keep eating, to keep surviving. And then one day, maybe it's over a string of days, maybe they feel it as it's coming on, maybe the sensation is growing, but they feel a desire to retreat from the world that they know. They feel a desire to not eat, which is all that they've known their entire life. They feel a desire to go within, and they form a chrysalis. They form it not like, I used to think it was like how a spider can create a web from this silk that comes out of them. That's not how a chrysalis is formed. The caterpillar just has to find a quiet, secluded, undisturbable place. Like, no birds can get in there, no predators can get in there, no people can get in there. A place just so tucked away. You have to find the perfect place for them intuitively. They'll find it out, they'll figure it out. And in that place, their body turns into a chrysalis. Like, I don't really understand that process, but their body becomes the chrysalis. And they stay in there for weeks, for months. They stay in there. They stay in this stationary place, and their entire body, outside of the chrysalis, outside of that film that you can see, everything that's inside of the chrysalis decomposes. Every single thing, all of it, just like it breaks down. And it turns from a caterpillar into caterpillar goo. It becomes goo. And this goo is called imaginal cells, like imagination. And they're very similar to stem cells. And these like stem cell, imaginal cells have the potential to be anything. So the way that this card says anything is possible, in the chrysalis, where they are fully broken down, they can become anything. It is the cells and the will of the caterpillar that chooses to become a butterfly. That's what happens. The DNA of the caterpillar and the will, the intention of the caterpillar become in alignment, and the goo starts to form, the cells, right? Starts to form into legs and antennae and wings and a body and eyes. The consciousness never disappears. And then from that space of being this newly, fully formed, beautiful creature, the caterpillar butterfly, it doesn't just emerge from the chrysalis. It has to work so hard to break free and to break out of. It can't just it can't stay in there, because if it stays in there, it will die. A butterfly needs to eat, a caterpillar needs to eat. Goo does not. That middle space, the goo does not. So they have to get out of it. And they actually can't get help. Because in my research, I found out that if, a human comes along, and this has happened throughout history, people, they wander into nature, they see a butterfly in a chrysalis, and they're marveling at it, and they think it's amazing. And they get the bright idea of helping the butterfly along. They're like, oh, it looks like the butterfly is struggling, let me help it. And they start to use their fingers, they start to use tools to try to pry away the chrysalis, to try to get it off of the butterfly. They think that they're saving the butterfly, and the butterfly comes out defeated with wrinkly wings, and it can't fly, and it dies. It got help at such a crucial part of its development. And help is supposed to be a good thing, right? But at that part of development, it is the worst thing that the butterfly can have. The butterfly needs to do it on their own. They need to find a strength that doesn't make sense for them to have because they have not eaten in weeks or months. And they have a whole new body that they've never experienced in their life. And they're supposed to use that new body with no food in that body and push themselves out of that chrysalis. They're supposed to break free and break through. And through that process, all their blood or their guts, their inner liquids go into the wings and give the wings life so that they can fly. I wonder if this is how you feel. I wonder if you're feeling like the caterpillar and all you want to do is just be at home and eat and just be with yourself and not really kind of just shut the world out and just do your own thing. Or if you're feeling like you're at the stage of forming that chrysalis, maybe you're nesting, maybe you've just moved into a new space, or you're revitalizing your space, inner or outer, and it's just like, it needs to be just so, but it feels like this is all of the place that your focus is going. Or maybe it feels like you're in the chrysalis and you've been in there for a while. Maybe it's felt like it's been longer than months. And you just feel like goo. You cry often. You're just feeling soft. You're feeling so tender. You're feeling so vulnerable. You are trying to keep yourself together, but it's like, what is there to keep together? Your goo. Or maybe you're in that space where you feel like you're struggling, and you know that you've grown, but it's just like you're struggling to break free. You're struggling to get out of some old situations. You're struggling to break free of some old paradigms. You're struggling. And maybe you want to ask for help, but some part of you is just like, I think I have to do this on my own. It would be great to get help, but I'm asking for help and I'm not getting the help I need. Or I'm asking for help and I'm feeling more hurt in the process because I'm just so vulnerable right now. Wherever you're at in this process, let's pull some cards. Wherever you're at in this process, like, know that it's part of the journey. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. Your vulnerability at every single stage, your vulnerability as the caterpillar, your vulnerability in the chrysalis, your vulnerability as the butterfly struggling to break free, it is strength. It is strength because you're being honest with yourself about where you are and with life. You have the Seven of Swords. I don't even know what to say. We have the Seven of Swords. This could be representing the struggle. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This could be representing you as the fully formed butterfly. It could also be representing you as the goo. Wherever you're at in the process, you may be trying to will yourself to remind yourself that you are the Queen of Pentacles, that you have everything you need. You have the Seven of Wands, so we have two sevens here. I'm just sensing like it's all a part of the process. I'm sensing that it's all a part of the process. I'm sensing that there is a strategy to how things are oriented, to how things are ordered. And Mars is in Virgo right now. So order and structure may be some really big themes at this time, especially with the opposition, like Saturn is in Pisces. So there's this opposition between Saturn wanting structure to the things that are intangible and Mars wanting structure to the things that are in your control, in your personal domain. I think one of the main reminders is, and it feels like there are themes throughout this whole week of all the videos, we can't control how other people show up or don't show up. We can't control it. And allowing ourselves to let go of that desire to control or let go of the attachment to control of others can free us up a lot to reconnect us to that goo, reconnect us to our imagination. The difference between you and a butterfly is when that butterfly is the imaginal goo, the imaginal cells, all of their DNA is saying, you are a butterfly. All of their will is saying, I'm a butterfly. You can be a butterfly too, or you can be you. There is only one you. There's so many butterflies in the world. There's only one you. So I'm like, I'm feeling excited just thinking about all the possibilities that there are for you. Within all the darkness, within all the uncertainty, there is so much that is possible. You could be anything. You could be anything. You could be kind. You could be wise. You could be soft. You can be sweet. You can be disciplined. You can be focused. You can be compassionate. You can be wealthy. You can be a teacher. You can be a healer. You can be an adventurer. You can be a seeker. You can be a sage. You can be playful. You can be childlike. You can have fun. There's so many possibilities. There's so many. You can be a creator. You can create your life in a way that feels like it represents who you are and who you want to be. You are limitless. You can do anything, especially if you rest. I love this card. I love this card. I think it comes out at the best times and the times that we least expect, all rolled into one. There's some really great rest available for you. And there is, I think, I'm sensing like in your meditation, in your reflection periods, whether that's in nature, whether that's on your own, whether that's listening to music, whatever it feels like feels really centering for you. Whatever it feels like always just kind of calls your energy back in to you. That is the space that will prompt you to be relaxed enough to receive the messages and the insights and the visions of what your next step is in this bigger structure that is your life. And know that vulnerability is a part of it and that patience is a part of it. And we have the Emperor. So I think especially over the next 18 months, because the North Node is in Aries and the Emperor is connected to the archetype of Aries, over the next 18 months, the next probably 4 to 18 months, you might be seeing more of this shift within yourself of, you know what, I can be anything, I can do anything, I can have anything if I focus my energy on me, if I focus on my alignment, if I focus on the things that feel good to me on a soul level, on a heart level, on a mind level. Yeah, you're transforming. Change can be scary, change can be hard, change can also be exhilarating and revolutionary and encouraging and necessary. So, we'll pause our reading here and I'll catch you in the future. Bye.